making sure that the bangs I let Ms. Arnold give me were as smooth as possible. I sighed, running my fingers on it repeatedly, trying to smooth the one rebellious hair that flicked at the side. Experiment a little. Get out of your comfort zone. You had the same haircut for 10 years. I shook my head. I never should have let her talk me into it. But I had to admit that, despite the anxiety surge it caused, it was not that bad. But it was a change, and I didn't deal well with it. Can't you try to be normal like the other kids? I shook my head again, willing my mother's voice away. I walked to my bedroom to finish getting ready for the day. The bus would be here in 39 minutes, and I needed 24 to finish my routine. I was 21 years old, not a kid anymore. I was independent and strong, and I frowned, looking at my apron shelf. It was Tuesday, and Tuesday was Green Apron Day. I hummed Somewhere Over the Rainbow, tapping each of my fingertips on my thumb pad in a steady rhythm as I looked around my one-bedroom apartment, knowing full well I wouldn't find that apron. There was a place for each thing. I looked at the clock again, now 2 minutes late on my schedule. I grabbed my backpack and closed my eyes, taking a deep breath, trying to keep my anxiety at bay. It's only an apron. It's not the end of the world, I whispered to myself as I exited my apartment. I took another deep breath. It's only an apron, Iris. Iris? I turned to see Nicholas closing the door of his apartment, dressed in his coverall that matched the blue of his eyes. I cocked my head to the side, once more sidetracked by the exact color of his eyes. They were sapphire blue, but with some specks of gold and what could even be some green. But I never stood close to him long enough to make sure. He looked at his watch. 6 minutes behind your schedule. Oh, I looked at my watch too and realized I must have stayed frozen in calming mode a little longer than I had anticipated. My bus is in 3 minutes. I need 5. I looked down at my feet, blinking back my tears. Today was going to be a bad day. What happened? He asked, closer to me now, closer than I was comfortable with most people, but with him it was okay. I looked up and blinked rapidly. His eyes flashed down to my right hand, and he frowned, seeing me tapping my fingertips to my thumb. A tale of so many things, going from mere nervousness to the verge of a full breakdown. Iris, tell me what's wrong. I don't have my green apron, I finished with a sigh, knowing how stupid it must have sounded. I see. He reached for my arm but stopped, his hand half up, and I moved to the side to connect with his hand. He smiled brightly down at me and rubbed my arm. Let me drive you to work. I promise to put on the classical music radio, okay? It was my turn to smile. He was always doing everything to make me comfortable. You are my savior. He winked. I love this role. Just go to the car, I'll be right back down. I just need to go upstairs for a minute. I have someone to see. I looked at my watch again and chewed on my bottom lip. I could not be late to work. I do the car trip in 12 minutes. The bus takes 38. I have a good 15 minutes to spare. This quieted my racing mind at once. Numbers I understood. They made sense. And he was right. No argument could disprove basic math. He had time. I nodded. Okay, I'll see you there. I stopped by Nicholas's Ford Focus and inspected it, making sure that all the tires were full, and the car looked good. You know I'm a mechanic, right? I jumped and turned around to see him walk toward me. Oh! My eyes widened as I saw him holding my green apron, and his knuckles that were red now. How? It was Jimmy. He took it accidentally. Nicholas extended it to me. He also asked me to apologize for him, he added, flexing his knuckles a few times. I nodded silently, pulling the apron against my chest. We both knew that it was not an accident. Jimmy enjoyed torturing.